Hello, welcome everybody to another video. Today we're going to be reacting to some SCP-882, a machine, object class Euclid by the Vulcan. Now I'm very excited to get into this because I have seen it in my comments a bit that people wanted me to react to this one, so I'm going to get right to it. Hopefully it is as good as the last one. The last one was pretty weird, I'm not gonna lie. That house was pretty odd. The machine and the whole thing with the guy trying to or condemning everybody in the end to his to the fate of, dying pretty much. Or maybe not. They could still be somewhere in there in those things. Anyways, anyways, let's get right into it, and then I'll see you guys right there. Alright, let's get right into this mess and see how it goes. I'm very excited.
Alright everyone, calm down, calm down. Hello everyone. It's only me, Dr. Alto Clef at your service. Yes, researcher Miller couldn't make it today, so I'm gonna take his little class. Well, what are we looking at today? SCP-882. Object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. SCP-882 is to be kept in a fluid environment at all times, consisting of no less than 40% seawater. Object is to be kept suspended by non-metallic means, currently cotton fiber line that is to be changed daily. Object is also to be checked daily for any signs of rust flaking. If any part of SCP-882 appears uncoated with rust, it must immediately be immersed in a 100% seawater solution. Water must be taken directly from the ocean. Reduce concentration only when the object is again coated in rust. No metal may be placed in containment area. Only organic materials are allowed, and any contact with SCP-882 requires the use of thick cotton gloves. Any metal making contact with it is to be heat severed, melted down, and kept immersed in 100% seawater in a separate area. Any auditory issues reported by the staff must be reported immediately, and affected personnel must submit a full psychological examination and, depending on the results, either transfer to another facility or permanent containment at... Okay, let's get on to the description.
I was about to
That's
say.
the real meat and potatoes, right?
Yeah.
Description. SCP-882 appears to be a random assembly of gears, cables, pulleys, screws, and belts, all made of an amalgam of various metals. Object size at time of recovery was approximately 87 cubic meters. Current size is approximately 12 cubic meters. SCP-882 rusts quickly in seawater. No identifiable energy source has been found, but all components will begin to move if not coated in rust. SCP-882 is completely silent at all times, no matter what level of activity SCP-882 reaches. Any metal touching the object will become permanently affixed to it, and over a period of a few days, becomes a new part of the object. Organic matter remains unaffected. SCP-882 is extremely resilient, with tensile strength and toughness above those of aircraft-grade titanium alloy by weight, even though its composition appears to be of a random alloy of iron, tin, gold, and other metals, some as of yet unidentified. Extreme focused heat must be applied over several hours to cut even a small portion free from the main assembly. Persons remaining in the vicinity of the object for prolonged periods have developed auditory hallucinations while near the object.
This is just a hunk of metal in the middle of nowhere. That is just weird. Okay. If I remember right? When I was watching about the broken god, they thought this might be a piece of it, right? Which is pretty cool, So it causes hallucinations, and any metal gets converted into it, which is really weird. That's yeah. That's the beauty beauty of SCP. I guess you never know what to expect. I guess it's always one thing or another. But I must say this itself definitely one of well actually before I say anything, let me just watch this and see what it hallucinates. It would give you what hallucinations it gives you, because I was about to say it's not that bad, but then I was like, wait a minute, what if it just gives you like the worst hallucinations of your life? Let me watch this.
Mainly the sound of grinding and clicking. The sound intensifies and is abated only by throwing metal into the object. Subjects in advanced states of psychosis have thrown themselves into the object, resulting in an almost death by crushing. The body is often drawn in and impossible to recover. SCP-882 is recovered from a location at the northeast coast of Banks Island. Area was barren of all metal and metallic ore in a 1-mile radius. SCP-882 was found at the geometric center of the area. SCP-882 had become submerged in seawater at the time of discovery. A small town was found nearby, abandoned for several years. SCP-882 was removed and shortly started to flake off rust, causing the varied parts to begin to motion. After several accidents, Dr. Gears authorized SCP-2519 to be played on loop, which successfully reduced the object's motion, enabling safe access. SCP-882 was then cut down and contained on site. Oh, we got a note here at the bottom. SCP-882 is not to be brought into the vicinity of SCP-271 or any object possibly contaminated by SCP-217.
Ooh, what's that one?
Addendum. This is interview 882-1 and play.
Please, take a seat. State your name for the record, please.
Richard Logan Wright. Everyone calls me Rich, though.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Do you recall the date when you first saw the object in question?
Oh, God, when was it? I'm not really sure. It was a while ago. Alan found it first. Wrecked his boat on it. He told a few of the other fellas about it. Said they could sell it for a bundle of scrap. We all thought it was a chunk off a jet or a cargo ship.
Okay. At what point did the device start operating?
The next day. Damn thing shook off rust like a dog with fleas. Started spinning slow, then sped up. By the time I saw it, it was really running. Jimmy tried to get it closer, tried to see what was powering it, or why it was so quiet. But he slipped. Got a bad cut over his eye and got the hell out of there. Alan seemed kind of off. Kept asking us if we were hearing anything. Miss Parker thought part of it was gold. Even tried to jam part of it with a pipe to get at it. That pipe stuck fast. And smacked her a good one when the gear it was on spun around. After that, most people kept away.
Were there any other incidents of people being injured or hearing noises?
Not at first. That's the thing. It was so damn quiet, everyone kind of forgot about it for a while. Alan was keeping it in an old storeroom by the dock, and nobody really went out there much. He started looking bad. Said he couldn't sleep, that he kept hearing that thing grind away. Father Pat started dropping by, tried to talk to him, told him to get rid of it. He was gone for a couple of days. Then, suddenly, the two of them turn up together. Happy as clams. I don't really know what's going on.
Mr. Wright?
He's going insane.
I'm fine. Sorry. So, Father Pat and older Alan showed up. Fresh as daisies. Say they've got the thing figured out. I wasn't paying that much attention. This whole thing had me spooked. Been hearing stuff from the storeroom, grinding and squealing. Really quiet. Anyway, they said some damn thing about it being from somewhere else. That God made it. That was it for me. And I left.
Did you believe them?
What? That it was from God? No.
No, why would they believe him?
I don't know. I
But
didn't
it
really
might.
know what to think.
But it might be.
That machine kept spinning away. No power to it. And eating metal, too. That pole Mrs. Parker hit it with, it turned into a giant screw shaft. Looked like it had always been there. More people started getting interested and started listening to Alan and Father Pat. Told everyone to bring metal to it. Told them the gears were the voice of God.
Oh no.
That it grew louder as we turned away and softer as we brought it offerings.
Did you bring metal to it as well? Or spend any extended period of time near the object?
What the hell does that matter? You could hear this thing all over town. Got to be the folks couldn't even sleep. Just clanking, grinding, screaming at all hours of the night. Giving it metal helped. Damn it, I didn't want to. I know it wasn't God. I never said it was. Everyone else was falling over themselves to make Alan and Father Pat happy. I just wanted some damn sleep. There's not a goddamn thing wrong with that.
Sir, I will request that you calm yourself. I'm asking questions.
He's going insane. Also, why would you believe this is the voice of God? It's a goddamn metal machine. I get that depending on what lore or what origin is true, it might be a piece of a god. But like, nah, bro. Who sees a fucking V8 and says that's God? God had no hand in that. The V8 is nothing but a culmination of our defiance of a higher power. No such thing. God had no hand here. Sorry. Sorry. Anyways, yeah. I don't know. I don't think this is he's just going insane. That's just it. Just straight up going insane.
Not accusing. Please return to your seat.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're having maniac episodes, my guy.
Over a couple of weeks, everything got fed to that thing. It was just how things were. We were pretty isolated, you know. It's not like we had much else. You'd just make a couple trips out to the storehouse and toss any metal you happened to find it. Always seemed to be there, just watching. It tore a hole in the roof after a while. Father Pat started getting strange, telling us it wasn't enough. I think the noise was getting to him. Said it needed something more meaningful. I mean, I don't know what he meant by meaningful. What's meaningful to a hunk of metal in the corner?
Mr. Wright.
Mr.
I came in
Wright.
one night.
Oh, hold up.
Because I heard people
Mr. Wright is silent for 48 seconds. Oh. Man had a thinking phase.
shouting from the storehouse. Father Pat was leading a prayer to this thing. But it didn't sound like any prayer I knew. People were coming up, and he bent over them. They screamed. And then he turned to that big mass of metal. I thought he was giving communion. Until I saw the pliers in his hand.
I'm sorry. Pliers?
He was yanking out people's fillings. He was pulling out their fucking teeth.
Oh.
Feeding them to that thing.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. 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 Oh nah. Oh nah. Oh nah. Oh nah. I'm sorry, but there's one thing that I cannot take, and that's teeth. That's oh, ew. That's even worse. Oh, why didn't you? I'd rather just throw me in there and let me die. Why would you do that? Oh, not the teeth. 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 Oh my god, that is so morbid. Sorry, you gotta move on. I gotta move on. I have to move on. And I can't think about it.
He started screaming about it not being enough, that it needed more, but there wasn't any more. There was barely any metal left anywhere. Then he pointed at Alan, and he said he was hiding metal from the great machine. Alan screamed that he didn't have anything. Father Pat said he had a metal joint in his hip. Everyone got up at once. Oh God. Oh God. They grabbed him. Everyone just grabbed him. He started screaming. He kept screaming and screaming, and nobody cared. I saw his arm go in. Saw all his fingers break and pull the rest of the arm in, and I ran. What could I do? Jesus, I couldn't stop it. There were too many. And that thing was screaming and screaming. And Alan was screaming and Father.
This interview is concluded.
Wow. I got 3 things to say. 1, damn, everybody out there is crazy how fast it could fall to voices and noises from a machine. Yes, I know it was like hallucinations, but still. 2, god damn, that voice actor is amazing. He did really good. Like that was very genuinely sincere. Like wow, that voice acting was pretty good. It was very emotional and like he gave a good job, you know? Third thing, I feel bad for this man. Obviously, he just got pulled into something by other people who all started believing this thing was a higher being and a god and all that. And he was just forced along to play along for a while until he couldn't take it and then left. And then I feel bad, like genuinely, like oh my god, that's like a pretty bad fate for anybody. I wonder if he's gonna continue hearing the machine's cries and gonna go crazy.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. Security, please see Mr. Wright out. Closing statement. Mr. Wright attempted suicide shortly after interview.
I see.
Subject is currently being held on suicide watch and for observation.
All right, calm down. I know. Kind of upsetting, right? Nobody said your time at the Foundation was going to be picnics and hugs and cotton candy parties. So, let's just leave it there. Okay, everybody, just go away.
Okay, all right. Jeez, you don't want to kick me out. I'm just trying to react. Wow. I mean, honestly though, how could you expect the Foundation to be sunshine and rainbows in any category unless you're like extremely lucky and end up researching into a very safe facility with safe anomalies, right? Then unless you're lucky to be positioned into one of those, you're pretty much gonna be fighting nightmare after nightmare after nightmare after nightmare constantly, you know? So, like, it's not very surprising that, you know, for me at least, I'm like, this is exactly the type of psychological messes I'm expecting to see if I work for a company like this. Anyways, that has been my reaction to SCP-882. It has been, I could see how people say it has somewhat of similarities to, the last one I did, which was the worm. But honestly, they're kind of very different. They're very different, honestly. Because this machine just wants metal. The other machine even takes pieces of people and all that. And honestly, their ideologies of here, like, this machine is all consumption and that's it. The machine was not very much. It was kind of consumption, but it was born out of a man's mind and might have been from another being's mind, but it was there to consume and grow, but in a different way. It's completely different than this one. 882 and the other one are completely different. They just feel different. They're different vibes completely. The type of insanity is completely different as well. The type of ending for the people is completely different. But they do have a little bit of overlapping, which is mostly that they're both machines. Besides that, not very much the same. This is pretty cool though. I enjoyed it. I feel bad for the last guy. He's like going through it hella. Man, I had better days. And yeah, that's been my reaction. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys all have hydrated, ate your food, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, take care. Don't forget to follow me on my socials, pass by my streams, or just simply like and sub the video. Besides that, I'll be seeing you guys later. Bye bye.